terms of the new world, the new energy systems, transportation, medicine, even very, very important. And the growth of the oxide market for niobium is exponential. And that's really the focus area for us. And obviously that growth is reflected in the price of the product, which is very exciting as well.
Hi and welcome to the Assay TV. We are here at One-to-One Mining Investment Cape Town, and I'm very pleased to be joined today by Paul Smith, COO of Globe Metals and Mining. Thank you so much for joining us today, Paul.
Pleasure, nice to be here.
It's great to have you. Well, so perhaps to get us started, you could start by giving us a bit of an overview on Globe Metals and Mining and its journey thus far.
Thank you. So Globe being is ASX listed, we have a very exciting niobium project in Malawi, which is pretty well developed. It's post-bankable feasibility study. We just completed a very exciting optimization on the project with very impressive economic returns. And we kind of at the beginning of raising the required capital to take the project forward into engineering and development and hopefully construction. So a pretty exciting time.
Yeah, great, sounds good. And just for our viewers who are unfamiliar, could you just give some context on the significance of niobium?
Yes, a niobium product really comes in two forms. One is a ferroniobium and the other is a niobium pentoxide or oxide. The bulk of niobium is actually produced in South America and goes into the specialty steels industry. It's an additive to steel and high priority steel alloys. We're not in that market. We are focusing on the oxide market, which is really important. Battery material, electronics, optical lenses, and areas like that. So in terms of the new world, the new energy systems, transportation, medicine, even very, very important. And the growth of the oxide market for niobium is exponential. And that's really the focus area for us. And obviously that growth is reflected in the price of the product, which is very exciting as well.
Great, thank you so much. And just before we take a little bit of a closer look at your project, could you talk us through the team that you have on board and what kind of expertise you have there?
Yeah, well, we're very fortunate to have firstly a very competent board, very supportive board with really good experience in listed entities and the mining industry as a whole. And in terms of management, yes, we have a very competent team, both on the geological front, the engineering front, and obviously capital raising, financial management. So very, very comfortable way forward. I think the team will grow. Obviously, as the project develops, things will develop. We have a great team in Malawi itself, which few juniors have, where we're able to, manage hands-on in country, which has stood us very well, actually.
Great. And so if we take a little bit of a closer look at your project, could you talk us through some of the recent results you've had in a bit more detail and what the kind of development plan is moving forward? Yeah,
so the more recent work that we have announced is firstly recovery of niobium from a concentrate, an oxide concentrate, where we achieved well over 99% recovery of niobium metal, as well as the byproduct, which is tantalum, of course, a very high value product. We achieved well over 99% recovery through the chlorination process, which again is new to niobium beneficiation, but very, very important because it is a very economically and ecologically sensitive process in that it's a closed circuit refining process. So very, very exciting recoveries. And the current work we're busy on is the splitting of metals. So first step is to recover the metals, then obviously to split out the individual metals minerals themselves, which is showing very, very good promise.
Great, that's great. And how well financed is the company looking ahead into 2024?
Yeah, so we are good for this year. As a junior, we know very well that we have a big capital raise coming up for the progress of the project and the development of the project. There we have a multitude of financing options that we are looking at very closely with strategic partners, off-takers, and the equity markets themselves. Not necessarily any debts at this point in time. It's too early for debt. But financing, we're very comfortable. We're very positive that we will raise the required funding, given the excitement surrounding the products that we are producing or will produce.
Great. Well, it sounds like you're well set up for this year, and looking ahead over the next few months, is there any particular milestones our investors should be looking out for? Any news that we can expect to see from you?
Yeah, so we have literally a day ago announced an optimization study which investors should look at. It really consolidates the importance of the project. We've concluded to bring the refinery back into Malawi as opposed to out of Africa, which makes the economics significantly more viable. The aspect of it is a phased development of the project, which obviously reduces the risk profile of the project. So we are very excited about that as well. So the coming year is really all about the pilot plant. So we have a refinery pilot plant which is in construction as we speak. We'll be running that most of this year, producing product, sharing that with very exciting off-takers or potential off-takers. So that's really the focus of the project for this year.
Excellent. Yeah, it sounds like a super exciting time, and we really look forward to hearing some more from you in the next few months.